Thanks for joining us, and welcome to this week's Rundown. I'm Jason Madison, and welcome to a bi-weekly roundup of high school and college sports from the area. Let's get right to it. Basketball season has tipped off here in Oskaloosa, and we head straight to the college ranks with William Penn. Women's head coach Willie Scott wants to raise the bar for a struggling program that recorded 42 wins compared to 37 losses over a 3-year span under former head coach Mike Brown. That includes last season, when the women finished the year 11-19 and were crushed in the quarterfinals of the Midwest Collegiate Conference Tournament. Now, with a clean slate, Scott, a 54-year-old Chicago native, will help take the Navy and Gold to new heights as the team enters a more competitive conference. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, Penn is getting no respect as the Statesmen were picked to finish 11th out of 12 teams. Scott says this initial slight will only drive his team and push his will to win.
I'm excited about the team, to be honest. It's a great group of girls that really is starting to buy in and fight really hard every day in practice, and I appreciate it, and I really do. I mean, I'm on them a lot, and at times they think I'm crazy, but then I turn around and shed a tear to let them know that I'm emotional as well. You know, that I'm just a human being that's driven and have high expectations on myself and what I believe in and this team and this program. That's the reason they hired me. They hired me to change the culture of this program and to also get players in here that can produce and get things done.
Scott took over the Penn program last April, leaving little to no time to recruit new talent and build relationships with players he inherited. However, current standout Alyssa Phillips and Ashley Harper, who were arguably underutilized a season ago, believe in Scott's quest for success.
He's the type of coach that he lets you do you. Most coaches, they'll put you in a box saying this is your role, but he expects you to come out of your role. And we even had a practice where he made us run for not shooting the ball, which I was not expecting at all.
Being an underdog, I take that as a positive thing, because I believe in Coach Scott's system and I believe in what he's doing for us. So I believe that we can get up and be number one.
You're just going to see people playing out of their roles because they're playing more confident now.
Self-assured, Penn suffered a pair of setbacks last week against high-ranking opponents. WP took a hit last Thursday in the season opener as number 7 Briarcliff outscored Penn 63-43. WP had 34 turnovers while only forcing 18. The very next day, things got a little better when the home squad squared off against defending NAIA Division II national champ Morningside. The Statesmen led 41-40 at halftime and were tied 62 all over 3 quarters. But the Mustangs took control down the stretch, winning 94-82 to hand Penn its second loss of the year. William Penn now travels to Clinton on Saturday, November 7th, to face Ashford in non-conference action at 2 p.m. Crossing over to the men's game, Penn is looking to make a trip to nationals in his first year on the NAIA Division I level. For more than 10 years, head coach John Henry helped Penn establish itself as a NAIA Division II powerhouse. Now that reputation has carried over to the new division and conference. Penn is receiving national votes and is unofficially number 31. WP joins 4 other schools from the Hart Conference in the rankings, with Evangel at number 8, Mid-American Nazarene at number 21, Benedictine at number 22, and Peru State unofficially number 27. With the young season underway, Henry is looking forward for what's to come with his new group of players.
Our backcourt's going to be very, very strong. Dondre Alexander can really score the ball. Jesse Purnell and Antonio Levy will be our quarterbacks and our leaders at the point guard position. And we think those are 3 very good players for our system. Jesse and Antonio are very fast, and Dre shoots it at a high level. So those 3 together will fit like a glove in the way we would like to do things. We needed more size overall. With Sam Sykes, Stephen Roundtree, Brady Burford, Jeff Drew, Josh Caldwell, to name a few, we've got some serious size to go along with the guards that I mentioned before.
Junior guard Dondre Alexander is new to the lineup, but believes that this year's team has what it takes to start a new legacy here.
We got a lot of people that can play, and I feel like it's going to be a lot of people in the game at different situations, so it's going to be a lot of faces to remember.
The season started last Thursday, and the Statesmen would love to forget the first game against Briarcliff. Penn was stunned 97-65. However, it was the wake-up call the team needed as they rolled over Morningside the very next day, 91-77. After 2 days off for rest, the 1-1 Statesmen were back in action in front of a packed home crowd Wednesday. Penn hosted the College of Ozarks, and this game had it all. Points, dunks, comebacks, and the rundowns. Eduardo Zamaripa was there and has the highlights.
It's a ball night at the Penn gym, the Statesmen hosting College of the Ozarks, and let's get started. This was a wild one. Senior Stephen Roundtree throws it ahead, and it's junior Dondra Alexander dropping the hammer. Then it's senior Josh Caldwell, fake, baseline, flush. But it's tied up 24-24, 8 minutes into the game. And from there, I'm going to tell you right now, you better remember Ethan Murray's name. Murray, 3, bucket. Then on the fast break, no one stops ball, and Murray makes Penn pay again. Bang! And then in transition, Murray, fake, 3 ball. Murray made 12 threes and had 41 points on the night. Ozarks led by as many as 19 in the first, but junior Antonio Levy cuts the deficit, Penn down 9 at the half. Second half now, and Penn's back in it. Here Alexander goes crossover, step back, bucket. Penn's down 3. Fast forward to the last minute of the game. Bobcats are not going away. Penn down 4 with 13 seconds left, and off a screen, it's Alexander from the corner. Bang! And after a pair of free throws, down 3, senior Jesse Parnell pushes it and lets it fly from deep. All net, and we're going to overtime. A few minutes into the extra session, Levy is pushing the break and lobs it for junior Charles Knowles. The crowd erupts, and Penn is up 3 with a minute left in the game. And with the crowd asking for defense, Penn seals the win with the steal. The Statesmen go on to win 106-101 in overtime, improving to 2-1 on the year. Despite fouling out late in regulation, Alexander led the Statesmen with a 40-point night. For the rundown, I'm Eduardo Zamaripa.
Penn will be back in action this Saturday, November 7th, when it hosts Bethel from Kansas. Tip-off is set for 4 p.m. From the court to the pitch, both the men and women's soccer squads hit the field this past week. The Statesmen hosted Culver Stockton in a doubleheader during their last home game of the season. The rundown's David Travis has the highlights.
It's senior night, and Penn is honoring all of their players finishing out their collegiate careers against Culver Stockton on this wet, soggy night. And let's get started with an early goal from Penn. From the foot of Sylvia Munoz, the senior puts it past the outstretched goalie to put Penn up 1-0, giving Munoz her 9th goal of the season. But within minutes, Culver Stockton comes back with a corner kick, and with lackadaisical defense from Penn, Kelsey Slage puts it in the top left corner to tie the game 1-1 with still 41:39 left in the first half. Fast forward to the second half, and Culver Stockton has the ball with less than 2 minutes left, and Alex Seitz maneuvers through the Penn defense and finds an opening, making Penn pay with a dagger. It was not in the cards for Penn as Culver Stockton sneaks away with a 2-1 victory on senior night. Let's switch fields onto the turf for the men's game, and Culver Stockton gets it going early. Dominic Caruso gives the away team the lead just 7 minutes into the game. Penn tries to retaliate with a header and puts it past the goalie, but it's called off. It's an offsides call. But Penn's determination is unwavering. With a free kick and some roughhousing by the net, Penn comes out on top, and freshman Lewis Hubbard gets the goal with 26:58 left in the first half. The rest of the game belonged to Culver Stockton, scoring 2 unanswered goals to cruise to a 3-1 win over Penn.
For the rundown, I'm David Travis.
The women closed out the regular season with a 3-2 road loss against number 13 ranked Baker. That put Penn out of playoff contention. The Statesmen finished the year at 5-12 and 2-8 in conference play. Penn lost its last 8 matches. On the men's side, despite losing 6 of its last 7 games, the Statesmen earned a spot in the Heart of America Athletic Conference quarterfinal tournament. Penn will be in action on Friday, November 6th, when it pays a visit to 4th-ranked Baker. Baker cruised to a 4-0 win over the Statesmen just last week. Moving over to American football, number 13 William Penn suffered a serious blow to his postseason last Saturday. The Statesmen came up just shy against number 15 Benedictine in double overtime, falling 41-40. Freshman kicker Samson Johnny went wide right and missed the uprights. Now Penn must win its final 2 games and get some help to be in contention for its postseason. The loss drops the Statesmen to number 19 in the latest NAIA rankings. The Navy and Gold are now the 4th best team from the Heart of America Athletic Conference. In the North Division, number 3 Baker, number 4 Grandview, and number 12 Benedictine are all ahead of WP. Defending national champion Southern Oregon is once again number 1. Morningside, Baker, Grandview, and Doane round out the top 5. A co-North Division crown is still up for grabs, but the Statesman playoff hopes are still not concrete. At this time, it is uncertain how many teams the Statesmen will have to leapfrog to grab one of the final at-large bids. William Penn hits the road one last time this Saturday, traveling to Lamoni to play Graceland in North Division play at 2 p.m. Despite an up and down season, the Oski football team still had a shot to sneak into the playoffs. The Indians entered the last game of the regular season, needing Sheraton and Knoxville to lose to stay alive. After those squads fell, Oski had to take down Carlisle to clinch a playoff spot. The rundown's Eduardo Zambripa has the highlights.
Senior night in Oskaloosa, the Indians needing a win against Carlisle to sneak into the playoffs, and let's not waste any time. On Carlisle's first possession, running back Andrew Burnett gets to the edge, sheds a tackler, splits the defenders, lowers his shoulder, and dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Carlisle. What an effort, and the Wildcats lead 8-0 after the two-point conversion. Fast forward to the second quarter, and off a bad pitch, the ball is loose, and Oski's gonna fall on top of it. Huge turnover, and the Indians are in business. Just a few minutes later, it's Junior Blake also punching it in. Touchdown, Oski, and the Indians tie it up 8-8 at the half, and the playoffs are within reach. But here come the Wildcats, and Peyton Stevens hits the hole and turns on the Jets. No one's catching him, not even the ball boys. 15-8 Carlisle. And after another Wildcat touchdown, it's Burnett again, slithering through the defense and punching it in the last play of the third quarter. 29-8 Wildcats on top. The Indians still fighting though, and here junior quarterback Ethan Arnold finds sophomore Tucker Nuninkoven. Touchdown Oski, and it's 29-15. But that would be it for the Indians. Stevens powers his way for another touchdown, and Carlisle goes on to win 36-15. The Indians end their season 2-7 and 2-4 in district play. Oski misses the playoffs for the second straight season.
Well, they were stronger and more physical than us up front. We missed a lot of tackles, and they were very strong running football team. You know, they lost their quarterback early, so that really focused their energies on just running the football and reducing their option game a little bit. So we missed a few tackles, and they ran hard. They got off the ball pretty well. There's no quitting these guys. Juniors, seniors, sophomores, I'm really proud of their efforts tonight. They went against a team that did some things better than we did, and part of that is they were better in the weight room in the off season. So we've got to get that rectified. We've got to get that fixed right now. And when we commit to that, we're going to really be something to hold on to.
In the last two seasons, the Indians have gone a combined 3-15 under Coach Sterner. Sterner will enter the offseason with a career record of 10-19 after 3 years at the helm. This weekend, wrestling begins, and the Statesmen are coming out of the gates red hot, ranked 22nd in the preseason poll. Last year, Penn went 3-4 in dual meets and finished ranked number 19 on the year. But with the help of nationally ranked returners, 125-pounder John Alturi, 141-pounder Brian Pittman, and 149-pounder Scotty Bonds, Penn is looking for more this season. Senior Brian Pittman comes off a 7-6 record last year, helping the team with 68 individual match points, while gaining 3 falls and winning 3 decisions for his team. This year, Pittman is looking for gold at the national level. Redshirt freshman John Altieri comes off a 5-3 record last season as he collected 76 individual match points. John scored 2 decisions as well. He is coming into this season ranked 13th at the 125-pound weight class. Junior Scotty Bonds comes back gunning for the top spot as a 2-time All-American, finishing last year with an impressive 29-5 record and second on the squad with 168 individual match points. That includes 18 falls and 7 decision victories for Bonds. He finished ranked 3rd at 141 pounds, but he moved up to 149-pound class this year and is number 4 in the nation. Penn is trying to take the crown from 4-time defending national champion Grandview. William Penn gets its crack at the champ this weekend when the Statesmen travel to Des Moines Saturday, November 7th, to start its season at the Grandview Open. Good luck this week to all our athletes in the area, and thank you for joining us here on The Rundown. We'll see you next time.